Hello everyone and welcome. Think of this as your personal guided tour for the BA First Year English paper, Indian Literature in Translation. We're going to walk through your entire syllabus for the 2025-26 session, piece by piece. My goal is to make sure that by the end of this, you have a really clear, really exciting roadmap for the year ahead. So let's get started.
So, here's our game plan for today. We'll start with a quick overview of the course, just to get our bearings. Then, we'll dive into each of the 5 units, covering everything from beautiful poetry to powerful short fiction. And we'll finish up by looking at some key resources and, importantly, the kind of career paths this course can open up for you.
All right, first things first, the course overview. Before we jump into all the amazing stories and poems, let's just take a moment to understand the basic structure of this course. It's always good to know the foundation we're building on.
Okay, so let's get specific. This course is for all you BA first-year students who have chosen English literature as your minor 2 subject. The official title of your paper is Indian Literature in Translation. And honestly, it's such a fantastic choice because it's a window into the incredible literary diversity of India. We're going to explore powerful stories and poems that were originally written in various regional languages and have now been brought into English for all of us to study and appreciate together.
So, you might be asking, what's the big idea here? What are we really trying to achieve? Well, this course is designed to broaden your perspective on Indian culture in a really profound way. You'll get to engage with timeless wisdom from fables like the Panchatantra, stories that have taught lessons for centuries. And most importantly, you're going to seriously sharpen your analytical skills as you compare and contrast all these incredible texts.
All right, let's kick things off with our very first unit, poetry. In this section, we're going to immerse ourselves in the beautiful, evocative world of Indian poetry. We'll be looking at a few selected poems that really highlight the lyrical richness from different corners of India. Our poetic journey is going to take us to some amazing places. We'll start with a Gujarati folk song called Rain of the World, which will connect us to India's deep and vibrant folk traditions. From there, we'll read The Well by Padma Sachdev, who is such a powerful feminist voice in Dogri literature. And we'll wrap up the unit with My Pocket by the famous Kannada poet G.S. Shivarudrappa. You'll see how each poem gives us a totally unique lens to look at the world, nature, and society.
Okay, so from the lyrical world of poetry, we're now stepping onto the stage. Unit 2 is all about drama, and we'll be focusing on one of the most important and influential plays in all of modern Indian theater.
For this unit, we'll be studying Mohan Rakesh's masterpiece, One Day in Ashada. This is a brilliant introduction to Indian drama. It tells the story of the great poet Kalidasa, and through it, we'll explore key elements of stagecraft, the art of how a play is produced. What's really fascinating is how we'll see modern plays like this one draw so much inspiration from the ancient traditions of classical Sanskrit theater.
Now, in Unit 3, we're shifting gears from the stage to the novel. Here, we'll be reading a full-length work of fiction, one that offers a really sharp, insightful commentary on modern Indian life, our aspirations, and our relationships.
The novel for this unit is Sudhamurthy's incredibly popular Dollar Baho. It's just fantastic at illustrating the complexities of modern family dynamics, especially when it comes to things like migration and cultural clashes. We use this book as a lens to talk about feminism, gender roles, and the shifting values in our society today. It's a truly relatable and thought-provoking read for sure.
And now we enter the amazing world of the short story. This next part of our syllabus is really like a journey through time. We'll explore the rich tradition of Indian short fiction, starting way back at its ancient roots and then seeing how it evolved into its modern form. It's going to be a fascinating ride.
First up, in Unit 4, we're jumping in our time machine and going way, way back. We're going to explore the very origins of Indian storytelling. We'll dive into fables and tales that have been passed down for generations, and you'll see that every single one is packed with wisdom and profound moral lessons.
So for this unit, we'll be reading 2 very famous stories from the Panchatantra, The Tortoise and the Geese, and 4 Friends and a Hunter. We'll also explore some absolutely timeless fables from Indian folklore. What's so amazing about these tales is how they use simple stories, often with animal characters, to teach these incredibly deep lessons about wisdom, how to live, and human values.
And now for Unit 5. After getting a feel for those ancient fables, we're going to leap forward into the modern era. Here, we'll see how the short story completely evolved to capture the complex realities and the psychological depth of modern Indian life. And understanding those ancient stories first gives us a fantastic baseline to see just how much the form and the society it reflects has really changed. This unit features two absolute giants of Indian literature. First, we have Rabindranath Tagore's heartwarming and beautiful story Kabuliwala, which explores themes of human connection that go way beyond cultural boundaries. Then, we have Premchand's Namak Ka Daroga, which is just a powerful tale about integrity and morality. These stories will lead us into some really great discussions about individualism, ethics, and what it means to be human in the modern world.
So that covers all the amazing literature you'll be reading. Now let's talk about the practical side of things. This section is your toolkit. We'll look at the resources that are going to help you succeed in this course, and just as importantly, the kind of career paths that studying literature can really open up for you.
Now, I want you to think of these not just as suggested readings, but as your essential companions for this course. For example, Arthur W. Ryder's translation of the Panchatantra is your go-to text for Unit 4, and the poetry anthologies by D'Souza and Dwardkar are where you'll find the poems for Unit 1. Trust me, having these books on hand will be absolutely crucial for a deeper understanding and for your exam preparation.
So you might be wondering, okay, where can this course actually take me professionally? Well, studying translated literature builds some incredibly valuable skills, things like critical thinking, empathy, and communication. These skills can open doors to careers in translation, journalism, publishing, and content creation. And of course, paths in academia, research, and even the civil services are also great options for literature students.
And that's our tour of the syllabus. We've covered a huge range of material, from ancient fables to modern novels, from touching poetry to powerful drama. I really hope this explainer has given you a clear and exciting vision for the year. So I'll just leave you with one question. Which one of these stories are you most excited to discover? I wish all of you the very best for a wonderful and enriching academic.
काव्यमाला चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और ऐसे और शैक्षणिक वीडियो देखें।